Hi, Assalamualaikum. Good morning and afternoon, everyone. Today, our group will be presenting about urban design. My name is HARISHA RIZA, and these are my group members, which is Adam, SAFIAH, and Lee. Before we dive deeper, let me introduce about Kevin Lynch. Kevin Lynch was an American urban planner and author born in 1918 in Boston, USA. He is famous of his idea on how people perceive cities and urban space. His most famous book is The Image of the City, where he explained about how people mentally map their cities using 5 key elements, which is path, edges, district, nodes, and landmark. With all his work, he helps urban designers understand how people experience their environment and how they make city easier to navigate and memorable. For the next slide I will explain about the image of the environment. This section explains how people see and understand a city in their daily life. It focuses on how they recognize, place, organize information, and remember urban design. First is legibility. It refers how to clear and easy a city is to understand and navigate. A legible city allows people to move and around with confusion. Next is building the image. It describes how people form a mental image of the city through the experience. This includes the movement, observation, and interaction with the environment. Next is structure and identity. Structure refers to arrangement of urban elements, while identity reflects the uniqueness of place. Together, they help people recognize and understand the city. Last is imageability. It refers to quality of the place that make it memorable and easy to recognize. The strong visual elements help create a lasting impression.
Kevin Lynch studies 3 different cities, which is Boston, Jersey City, and Los Angeles. These areas are chosen because they have different urban characteristics which help us to understand how people perceive and experience a city. First is Boston. Boston has high imageability. This means the city is easy to remember because it has strong identity, clear structure, and many recognizable landmarks. However, its layout can be complex, which sometimes make it difficult to navigate. Next, Jersey City. Jersey City has low imageability. It lacks strong identity and clear landmarks, and the layout is less organized. Because of this, people may find it confusing and harder to remember. Lastly, Los Angeles. Los Angeles has mixed imageability. It has a clear and organized structure, especially with its grid layout, which make it easier to navigate. However, the city is very large and many areas look similar, so it becomes less memorable.
Okay, now I will continue by explaining imageability and how people understand a city. Imageability is the quality of a place or object that makes it easy to recognize and remember. When a place has strong imageability, people can quickly form a clear mental picture of it. For example, a unique monument or building is easier to remember because of its distinct appearance. To understand cities better, there are 5 important elements like path, edges, districts, nodes, and landmarks. First, landmarks are recognizable features like towers or unique buildings that act as reference points. Next is nodes are places where people gather, such as intersections or public spaces with a lot of activity. Paths are the roads people use like streets and walkways, and these are usually the most visible parts of a city. Other than that is districts. Districts are larger areas with a common identity like residential areas or shopping zones. And lastly is edges. Edges are boundaries like rivers or walls that separate different areas. All these elements help people form a mental map and understand the city more easily. Okay, now I will explain about image quality. Image quality is important. It refers to how clearly people can understand and organize what they see in the environment. Some key characteristics include clarity, continuity, and a balance between consistency and contrast, which make places easier to recognize. The structure of a city's image can be based on movement, like following path, or more fits like a map with strong connection. When everything works together well, people can form a complete mental image of the place. Finally, factors like density, connections, and repetition help strengthen memory and make places more recognizable.
So in this slide, this is the example of application of the 5 elements of urban design that can be located in Kuala Lumpur city centre. So in this map, we can identify 5 of the elements which are landmarks, like the iconic tall buildings of the Petronas Twin Towers, nodes such as the transport hubs like LRT station or MRT station, or busy intersections, paths including major roads and rail systems, districts like residential area like the Kampung Baru area, mixed use and institutional areas, and lastly edges such as rivers or highway that define boundaries. So this example shows how Lynch's theory can be applied in a real city in helping us understand how urban design shape people's experience. Okay, so next we move on to next chapter from this book, which is city form. So let's talk about city form. Lynch explains that cities are not simple objects. They are complex and always changing. So because of this, designers must shape cities so they are legible, meaning easy to read and understand, well organized and also flexible, so they can adapt over time, so that the city can adapt over time. So the key idea here is that cities should be imageable. This means people can easily recognize, remember and navigate through the city. When a city has a strong image, people feel more comfortable and confident moving through it. So to achieve this, Lynch introduces the 5 elements of urban design, which are paths, edges, districts, nodes and landmarks as mentioned earlier. So each of these elements must be clearly designed and connected. For example, paths help people move through the city, nodes organize activity and movement, districts give identity to different areas, landmarks help people orient themselves. So when all these elements work together, the city forms a unified and meaningful system, not just a separate parts in a city. Now we move on to the last chapter, which is a new scale. So in this book, in this chapter, Lynch points out a major problem in modern cities. The first one, they are too big. So the second is too complex. Third is constantly changing. So as a result, many people feel lost, confused and disconnected. So to solve this problem, designers must think at a larger scale, not just individual streets or neighborhoods, but the entire city or metropolitan structure. So at this scale, cities should have major paths, larger districts, strong nodes and dominant landmarks. Another important idea is hierarchy. City elements should be organized in levels of importance, so people can easily understand and navigate the environment. But at the same time, cities must remain flexible, so that any planning should not be too rigid, because cities need to grow and change over time.
Lastly, conclusion. In conclusions, cities are not just physical spaces, but they are experienced and remembered. The 5 elements, which is path, edges, districts, nodes, and landmarks, help organize and shape the city. This book also teaches us that a good urban designs improve navigations, reduce confusions, and creates a sense of belonging. It also enhances the overall user's experience. So, urban design is not only about how a city looks, but more importantly, how people experience and connect with it. Thank you.